Hey, John. How are you doing? We'll come on here and see if anybody wants to come and ask a question today. It's been funky for the past week or two. The lives. I've been wondering, do I need to start going live in the mornings instead of in the evenings after work? Instead of after work, maybe I should come on before work. If you want a free yes or no question or oracle card, I'll do them. I'll do it for you. Hey, Val, how are you, baby? I'm good. I hope you're good too. You can ask a yes or no, yes. All right, you want to ask a love question again, but this time you want to know if you should move on from the girl or not. Okay, so you feel like you're kind of stuck in limbo land, huh? Will Daniela A become my girlfriend, yes or no? Okay, we'll ask and see. My birthday is November the 12th. I will be 40 years old. What is your regular screen name, Val? Because ever since YouTube changed over, I don't recognize a lot of people's names on here. Like, they changed the way the screen name is, like, displayed or whatever. Hey, lucky girl. I'll take it, Val. I'll take it. I'll take it. Okay, V Fur. I remember you now. I remember your screen name now that you put that in here. It didn't look familiar. That's why. Oh, John. Lucky you've been getting your business stuff done. All these damn ads again. Lord help me. Thank you, Val. It looks like there's some kind of obstacles in the way, John. Hey, Dan the man. Dan, I have no idea what's going on with my channel. It's like, I don't know. Maybe I'm coming on here at the wrong times or something. It seems like so much quieter than normal lately. But John, the star card and the lovers reversed, both reversed. So it's like It's like there's obstacles in the way between you and them. It could be something as simple as this person has fear of opening up, or they need to heal in some kind of way, so therefore it manifests as them not wanting to be vulnerable in some capacity. But the Star and the Lovers both reversed. There's like a challenge there. Hey, Fiona. But the thing is, how you said you wanted this person to be happy with or without you. It's like there's something, even if you're not around, I feel like there's something here that's a challenge or obstacle to this person's happiness, at least right now. Something either in their life or as a result of something they went through with another connection, something like that. So I don't think it's technically just like you that's the issue. Like, even if you weren't there, I feel like there's something they need to heal from or release, let go, get over. And so since they carry that around, it's like moving forward, their hopefulness about their future and what's ahead is kind of grim, even if this is just a temporary thing. All right, Val says, can we check if M.A. the Sag is passionately in love with Natalia by now? Apparently he's fully committed with her now. Please and thank you. You're welcome, John. All right. So you want to know if they're like in love and committed to it. I hope you had a good day, Fiona. I'm with Dan. Is this one little hour's change in time messing with y'all? Because it feels like I'm live at like 10 p.m. If he is actually in love as he looks. Fiona, she's asking about some tea over here. You came in just in time. We ate leftover vegetable soup, Dan. I just reheated it up and it tasted better today than it did yesterday. That's what me and Emily always say. On the second day, the soup is better. Yeah, that could be it, Dan. I don't know. You know me and my overthinking self. Like, I be worrying, did I do something to the poor subscribers? Was I too blunt? Did I run my mouth about something too much? I don't know. We shall see, said the blind man. I literally been considering coming on here before work and try that for a few days and just see what happens. I don't know why. Page of Swords reversed. Knight of Pentacles. Five of Swords and the Justice. No, this person is not as happy as they let on if they're showing you a very committed, head over heels in love energy. If that's the way you're perceiving this person with this other person, they're not quite like that. The Five of Swords is here. So if it seems like they're, they got the best connection of a lifetime, it's not exactly like that behind closed doors. I'm not saying that it's, abusive or terrible, but Five of Swords is an energy that usually will manifest in some kind of drama or self-defeating pattern on one side or the other. The Knight of Pentacles is here. That's a very slow, steady energy. But this Page of Swords reversed and the Five of Swords, this is like a pattern or cycle that they've went through before, either with this person or with someone. It's a repeat of a past cycle of some sort of destructive thing going on here. Self-destructive pattern of some sort around thoughts. So I'm not going to say that it's, never not, they could stay together, but it just doesn't feel like, if you ask me if someone was in love and this came out, I would say that most likely one person in the connection is going to end up sabotaging it before it's over. And then the Justice card is at the bottom. So as a result of that, you know what I'm saying? So I'm not saying that it's, the most terrible connection in the whole world, but I'm also not saying that it's, head over heels. It's not like that. Five of Swords is a self-defeating pattern. Even if both people care about each other, if that energy shows up, somebody out of the two, at least one of them is kind of, negative thinking patterns that could result in ruining the connection, even if it was, authentic and good. You said yes, he was showing off way too much, definitely a red flag. And you know what? This ain't for everybody. Like, some people are truly as happy as they make out on like social media and stuff, but most people that have like this over the top happiness online, it's usually not completely true. They like to show off how great they're doing, but why does that matter? I've never understood that. I understand a lot of things, like it might make you feel better to do that, but I don't get that. Because whenever nobody's looking, that's the important time of, to gauge whether you're happy or not. But when you go online and make it look like you are, but you're really not, that's a sad life. Yeah, because like if you see this person, right, let's just say you're going to start dating. That's why I feel like it's like dating now is like there's pee in the dating pool, and that just makes me sound negative. I'm not saying everybody's bad. All women ain't bad and all men ain't bad. There's still good ones out there. But you just have to be like a little careful and diligent that you don't go by like a person's social media as to, is this person happy? Is this person in a good place mentally and emotionally? Because a lot of times they will have this whole facade online that doesn't match how they feel internally, And a lot of happy people, now I know there's some influencers, maybe they're happy even though they post a lot online, but that's because it's part of their job. If they're truly happy and they're posting a lot, it's usually because it's part of their trade or their job. But in general, most of the happiest ones don't have a whole lot of presence on social media about how happy they are. Jan said, no Leo jokes, V. And also another thing that cringes me out, and to each their own, right? Like anybody can do whatever they want, and I'm not judging them. I'm just saying for my own self, like the idea of a dating app, that creeps me out. I don't know why. I guess it's just because I didn't grow up with that being normal. Like you swipe left or right or whatever you do. It's kind of like you're shopping for some new shoes, but it's for people that you're gonna date. Like what the heck? Fiona says she's a Leo cusper. Hey Amanda, how are you, baby? I have so much Scorpio in my chart, it's not even funny. The only thing I have that breaks it up at all is that I have a Sagittarius rising. So most people will be like, oh, you're a Scorpio? They won't realize it, but it's because of the Sagittarius rising. That's my opinion anyway. Yes, Val, like I'm going to get on here and I'm going to shop through to see who's available. Like you're looking for a new shirt or something. Like what the heck? That's strange. You are welcome, Val. I'm glad you got to come in here. I hadn't seen you in a while. All right, does Jay miss Amanda? Yeah, me and Dan are rising twins. All right, does Jay miss Amanda? Does Jay miss Amanda? Dang, Fiona, you even got a water rising. You got water everywhere. You're Scorpio rising, huh? That's why you vibe with us, all that water. That's what I think anyway. Thank you, Val. All right, does Jay miss Amanda? Yep, I think she has a Cancer stellium. She can correct me if I'm wrong. I know she's got some Cancer all up in there. I know the feeling, Fiona. It's like when you're feeling good, right? But then whenever you start to feel not so good, you have to really work. This is how I am anyway. It's like you have to work to get out of it. And it may be like that for everyone. I don't know, but like you have to do some work to pull yourself up out of it so you don't drown. Get back to the shallow stuff. Well, I wanted one to pop out. Does Jay miss Amanda? Amanda Panda. Tower reversed. Strength reversed. Nine of Pentacles reversed. So if you already have a past like thing, who is this person to you? Because with the Tower reversed coming out, if you don't want to tell me, you don't have to, but the Tower reversed, if you already have a history with someone, but you've broken it off or you don't have communication, this is like desiring to put it back together. The only issue is when the Tower reverse comes out for someone with a history, they're trying to put it back together in the same energy that the Tower came in with. So it's nearly impossible to fix it unless both people choose to change their frequency. But there is like a desire to do so. And the fact that there is a desire to do so makes them feel vulnerable inside of them, their own self. Like they feel very vulnerable because of that. So I will give you a yes for your answer. But if it's an off and on, or if there's a history, just be mindful that it could like be a repeat cycle if you and this person try to make it work. Wheel of Fortune, repeat cycle if y'all try to make it work. I'm reading y'all's comments. You said, my sun and moon's in Cancer. I do have a Cancer stellium. Yes, that's what I thought you told me before. Because I always think about the fact that I have a Scorpio stellium and then you have the Cancer stellium. Water everywhere. You're welcome, Amanda. Lucky, it says, I'm all cardinal, Cancer sun, moon in Aries, and Capricorn rising. It's just where you have like, I think it's 4 placements. I'm not good with astrology. It's 4 or 5, placements in the same sign.
What is it?
A stellium.
I think I'm an Aries.
Really? How many placements you got?
4.
Emmy got 4 placements in Aries.
Bro, I've been studying for like 2 hours, but I don't know if I know everything.
Do you need me to get off here and help you?
No.
I don't mind. Huh?
You can't.
Well, go take a shower and break it up a little bit. And then maybe look at it again for a few minutes, and that'll be good enough.
I don't have anything to study, but maybe I should just study it again.
Well, take a shower first so you can have a break from it.
I don't need
so you don't get bogged down.
I don't need a break. I don't get bogged down.
Okay.
That's for.
Hey, Sophie.
That's for liberal sissy boys. Okay.
She's kidding. If anybody heard her, it's a joke.
Hands, brother.
We joke around in this house, okay? We say stuff that could be offensive if you take it in a heavy way, but we're like lighthearted about the things we say, so if you heard her. Sophie girl. Because y'all know how it is. You say stuff, but intention is key in everything you say and do. Right? We may just need to start hibernating every night after work. It's dark outside. There's like this blah feeling inside of me about it too. Do y'all start to feel weird when it's this time of year? Like, because it gets dark so early? It's like a blahness. I have a blahness. Even though I love fall, I still have a blahness from the darkness. I don't know. All right, Sophie says, do RJ have a crush on me? Does RJ have a crush on Sophie? Dan, that's the way you cope with it getting dark early? You grow a beard and put on a dad tummy? Hibernation at its finest. Does RJ have a crush on Sophie? You done bit off a lot, Lucky. That reminds me of that Christmas movie where the dad turns into Santa Claus. Did y'all watch that growing up? I think the movie's actually called The Santa Claus or something like that. Emmy, is that the movie where the man turns into Santa? The dad?
There's a Christmas movie called Satan where this kid misspelled Santa and accidentally wrote a letter to Satan.
Yeah, I don't know that one. That's.
I never watched it, but I saw it.
Yeah, Tim Allen. That's it, Sophie.
It's got Jack Black in it.
Yeah, I never watched that.
Me neither, but
That's scary.
your mom is scary.
This girl be just talking all kinds of smack about me. No love, no love.
You right. I'm with you.
It's got all that nostalgia when you watch the Santa Claus movie. They don't completely know, Sophie. They're not sure. What the hell? Like internally, like when they think about you, it's not a no or a yes. It's like a, I don't know, hangman in the moon. This may not make sense, but if you and this person have like had conversations that have nothing to do with romance, just like general conversations, there may be things that's been said or done that they may not be on the same page with you about with the Three of Pentacles reversed. And that makes them like that. I'm not sure if that's correct, but it just came to mind when I seen the Three of Pentacles reversed. Or it could be that you and them have a different work schedule and they've thought about that, or there's something different about your responsibilities versus theirs. There's just some sort of difference there. And they're like acknowledging it mentally with the Three of Pentacles reversed. But they're like considering it. Temperance card. Like they're like, you know, considering it back and forth. And then that's where this hangman is coming from. So the reason it's like a they're not sure is because it's not coming out yes or no, is because internally they're kind of like rolling this around, or they're back and forth. Not in a frantic way, just kind of in a like a mulling it over kind of way, you know? Yes, we are very different. And that's where the Three of Pentacles reversed is there. There's something that's differing here. It's not necessarily a bad thing. It's just like that's something they're considering in the midst of it. So I'm not sure. I hate it when that comes out like that. The Moon and the Hangman, huh? Hey, Cecilia, you had a beard in high school, Dan? Dang. He's younger too? Okay, that could also be it. Because Three of Pentacles can be anything earth related. You know, your responsibilities are different. Your age is different. Your beliefs about something is different. Your ideologies, your work schedule, the hobbies you like to. I don't think age matters. My second husband was 20 years older than me. So I definitely don't think it matters. I do not judge people by that. Mm-hmm. Yep. Yep, Emmy's dad. Literally 20, I was 24 when we got married. And I think he was 43, but the reason why I say 20 is because it adds up to be 20, whatever it is. Because whatever I'm turning, he's turning that by skipping a decade. He hired me at his company to be his bookkeeper, Sophie. He was my boss. Hey, Teresa. Fiona's like, I got the tea ready, girl. I'm gonna serve it hot. I'm just kidding. All right, somebody asked a question and then I got, Dan never had a secretary. I can't even say it, a secretary. All right, Cecilia, do I have any common fate with this person, M? With this person, M? You mean like a soul agreement? Something like that? Some people believe in stuff like that and some people don't. Oh, you been sick, Teresa? Teresa came in the chat as we were talking about a sex secretary. That's hilarious. I've never heard of that before. I'm going to tell him, I'm going to be like, if someone asks how we met, you need to tell them that I became your sex secretary. We were married from 2009 to 2019. We got separated. So 10 years. It was closer to 11, I think. And then, but it took a couple years for the divorce to be final. Over a decade. Well, thank you, Adeline. All right, Cecilia, I got you, baby. And I still, like, care about him. I want him to be happy and stuff. We just don't get along. Like, I'm just being honest. That's all it is. Like, we just don't get along. I think I'm just not that easy. Like, nobody cheated or anything like that, but I don't know. I just don't. I don't know. We would be like, he's an Aries, okay? And I'm not saying that's why, but it wasn't really the age thing. It was more our personalities. So he's like an Aries, and he will say and do things, and I don't think he would mean it, but it would come out, you know, and we would easily get mad at each other as the years went by. And then we would say very mean and hateful things to each other. And when you do that over a longer period of time, you know, when you're doing it over the years, it starts to like cause grudges and stuff. And it just kind of escalated and kept going. And the ball got, as it rolled down the hill, it got bigger, you know. And it caused the wall between the two of us to just get a little taller and a little taller because we would never resolve anything. Yes, Fiona. Like if we could have like resolved things as they came our way, like when, you know, handled the challenges as they came and overcame them, got stronger together. But we both were in the wrong because we did it opposite of that. We would have a fight about something or an argument, disagreement, whatever, and then just kind of brush it under the rug. And then the times that we got along got shorter and shorter in between, if that makes sense. So after a while, it was like just one big argument all the time, and it didn't take anything to make the other one mad at you for some dumb thing. Like you couldn't even point to where the argument would start. And when you work with someone full time all day, and you live with them, that is a challenge within itself. So I honestly think about it sometimes and I wonder, like, you know, would it have been different? I feel like it would have if I wouldn't have already, like, worked there and we lived together. That's a lot of intertwining, you know. It might would have been a different result if we not done both. And some people can do it, you know. But it was very challenging. You know, I would not advise it, Sophie. If you want to save the marriage long term, don't do it. And I mean, some people that do it, that's great. But if you like, if that's the only, if you're risking it and you really don't know how it's going to turn out, don't do it. Because think about it. If you had an argument last night on Sunday night, and then first thing Monday morning, you have to interact with this person to carry on business as usual, and you just had the argument last night, that's going to bleed over into your work life. There's no separation there, you know. It's all one big interaction constantly. All right, Cecilia, my brain got within the first year, Fiona, something like that. He accidentally fell on the carving knife 14 times, Dan says. Yeah, that's a good story. Five of Cups reversed, Cecilia. Let's see. Yeah, I feel like there may be another opportunity to interact with this person because the Four of Wands is here. And this literally, in my readings, means like an open door of opportunity. Whether you're asking about romance, friendship, a work opportunity, whatever, it's just like the door is open. Now, does it mean you have to walk through the door is the question. No, it doesn't. But I feel like there will be at some point an open door of opportunity. If you choose to walk through the door, there may be some conflict that arises from interacting with this person because the Five of Swords is at the bottom, which can be a defeating thought pattern, a destructive pattern of behavior, something like that between the two people. But there may be at least one opportunity for you and this person to interact again. But is it something that has to happen on your path? Is it something the universe is going to shove in your face? I don't think so, but I do think there's an open doorway of opportunity. Even if it's just to, in your mind or theirs, have some kind of closure. I don't feel like this is somebody that's meant to be an integral part. I don't even know what that word means, but it popped in my head. So maybe you want to look it up, but like an integral part of your path or your life permanently. I feel like there may be an opportunity, but that's pretty much it. It doesn't seem like there's like a big deal thing that you and this person are going to get shoved together to do. But it'll be like a free will choice if you want to walk through the door. Just be mindful the Five of Swords is there, so just be careful, you know. Try not to let any anger build up or hostility if you do choose to walk through that door. I'm reading y'all stuff about this 20-year-old thing. You're welcome, Cecilia. And Sophie, I would never like judge if that's what you want to do. I'm probably being stereotypical when I say this, but it always seems like it usually works out better the other way around because it's like men seem like they don't mature as fast as women. That's not all men and all women, though. So it could be fine. It could work just fine. Because I never felt like he was like way, way older than me and way above me in maturity or anything like that. But that is true, Dan said. You have to be mature enough to understand you're going to be their caretaker eventually. Maybe that's it, Fiona. I don't know, but it just didn't seem like it was like a notable difference in terms of like just daily life. It just seemed like everything was, we were on the same playing field, if that made sense. Because I'd say he had to be like 40, let's see, 45 when Emily was born. 46?
6, 7.
Something like that.
What?
How old your dad was when you were born?
Oh,
45 or 6?
I wasn't there.
I'm adding it in my head.
I still wasn't there.
Dan says, sorry about the knot hole joke. Yeah, she's pretty close to me, Fiona. She loves him, but he does work a lot. He's got a business and he works all the time in his business. She sees him and stuff, but she's like, me and her's like best friends, you know. And I will say for him, like anytime I need, just say like my car's making a funny noise, he checks it, or anything that I don't know how to do, he still does it, you know. So he definitely sees her because I annoy him with whatever I can't figure out. Mount the TV on the wall, he's going to be hearing from me. I know probably when he sees my name pop up on the phone, he's like, oh, Jesus, what does she want me to have to help her with now? Because the whole time we were married, I was always a girl, you know. I didn't never have to do nothing to fix nothing. So I still don't know how.
You don't know what?
How to fix stuff like a boy does.
Just Google it.
Yes, Fiona, that's a good... I think that's why me and her love that show so much.
Right.
She said we're like Rory and Lorelai because we close. Because we friends.
Fit check.
What are you doing?
Fit check.
That's the one from today.
Okay.
It's a good fit. It's a good fit. It's a good fit.
Why are you ruining my vibe? You just ruined the moment. Don't even talk to me no more.
I've ruined her vibe now.
Just say 10 out of 10.
10 out of 10. No.
It's too late now.
Dan said, I thought it was bad when I had to grab the tater chips off the fridge for the wife. Well, if you're taller, Dan, that makes sense to me. That's that girl math right there. If you're the tall one, then it just only makes sense. Like, we're going to double team you, all us girls in here. We're going to all agree about that. Don't y'all love some girl math? Like, you'll say, like, if you get 5 off 25 at the dollar store, so that means if you buy, like, a $5 Christmas pot holder that you don't need, since you had that coupon for 5 off 25, you call it free. That's the kind of stuff me and Emily do. We determine things are free that's not necessarily probably free, but... Okay, Dan. Now Dan got lucky wanting to eat some snacks. Snack, snack, snack. I might need me a snack. Has anybody talked to Tanya today? I hope she's good. She usually comes in. Yes, Fiona, I agree. Or like when you're when you're both coming up to the convenience store door or any store door at the same time and they hold the door open. That's the way it should be. Okay, good. She was at Mark's live earlier. I seen he was live early this morning. Like, when I say early, it was like at the beginning of my work day, but today was so busy I didn't even stop in and I didn't get on the phone like to listen in. Me too, Fiona. And I let people out in front of me in line. Like if I'm on the school pickup line, if they're trying to get out, I'll let them out. We'd be like, Fiona, where'd you find your husband? He got something off the top shelf from me at Costco, and that was a wrap. And we lived happily ever after. Right? The one thing that I am very awkward about is when people that I don't know in public try to have like small talk with me, but they do it in a way where it's like we're having a full-on conversation and I have no idea who they are. I play in the part of the conversation and I talk back and stuff, but inside I'm like, this is so awkward. In my brain is thinking that, but I don't let them know it. That's awesome, Fiona. Good deeds like that just like makes the world a better place. I'm convinced, because if one person does it for so and then so and so's in a better mood because of that, so they do something for so and so, it's just like it's contagious. And I'm terrified of like the idea of walking at night by myself in a big city. I hope you don't have to walk in a big city alone. Because it seems like nowadays, like if someone, and it may just be my perception, I have a skewed perception of the world, but it's like if someone was trying to do something to you, kidnap you or something, and even though people are around, if you're not technically with those people, it's like, would they just walk on by and do nothing about it? I guess it's according to who the people are in the crowd. Oh, he was gonna let them wait outside, but then he saw you. It sounded like the bus driver had a crush on you. I don't know why it feels like this to me, but it's only been like in the 50s, 40s for like the low. But the cold feels like extra cold lately. Like, I don't know if our humidity is up, but it just seems like 40 degrees is colder than 40 degrees normally is. I guess a drier cold wouldn't feel as cold. I don't know. Like, you can't get warm. I wonder if tomorrow is going to be. I'm going to see what it's going to be tomorrow. Weather. Like right now it's 51. It feels like 47. It says that the humidity is 71%, so I'm not sure. But tomorrow, the low is 45 and the high is 74, so that's not too bad. I don't know about that. I don't think I was his type. I will say this, though. After he got married, everything got weird between us. See? He might have had a crush on you, Fiona. So that's what made it be awkward later. And I could be wrong about this, which, like, I'm not talking about online. Of course, like me and Dan, we're considered friends online. But I'm just talking about in your daily life most of the time. It seems like women are more prone to be able to be friends with men than men are women. I mean, whenever you're in their daily life, like in person, you know what I'm saying? Because now, like I said, on here, I don't mean that. Like Dan coming in here and talking to all of us as truly friendship vibes, you know. But like someone that's in your daily life, Dawson's Creek vibes, except for in that one, the girl was the one who was like so in love with Dawson or whatever. But switch that around, and then that's the way I feel it is. Thank you, Teresa. You can post your question. I seen you come in here earlier, and somebody asked if you felt better. So I was wondering if you were sick, but then I didn't see you in the chat anymore. Okay. Have you been sick? No, not sick. Okay. Now my back is itching. Makes me need a back scratcher. That's one thing about when it gets cold. It's like your legs itch more, your back. Okay. Yes, I remember that. I'm glad. He's good at doing that. He gives you that tough love, you know. And used to, like, I would think, dang, he's rough on me or rough on so and so or whatever, like, you know, years back. But now I see it for what it is. That's just that's his love language, telling you what you need, what he thinks you need to hear, right? Kind of like, you know, someone's relative that, like, your mom would tell you, or your dad, or your sister, your brother, that kind of energy. Good. Hey, Gigi and Alice, how are you, baby? He's going to tell you whatever it is. And sometimes it comes out blunt, but it comes from a place of love, so I'm good with it. All right, let's see, Teresa. Are you doing your tarot? And by the way, if you're still doing your channel, you can post your link in here. All right, how is your stream going to do on Thursday? My stream, I just want to say this to you in case I don't see you on that stream, or in case it doesn't do exactly like you want it to. My lives have been off lately. And I don't know if it's because of the time that I'm coming on here or what. I don't know. Just seems like it's been off lately. I know that there's times when people that normally come in here won't come in here, and it's just because they don't get the notifications. I know I don't get notifications for, like, you, Mark, Miss Bikini. I don't get notifications for any of them. I just have to get on YouTube and go through my feed and see if y'all are live. That's the only way that I can. Yeah, I don't either. I used to, a few years ago, when I first started doing YouTube, I would get a pop-up on my phone that person was live, but I don't get that anymore. I've deleted the app and re-downloaded it, looked in the settings on my iPhone for notifications, and I have it on. So I don't know. It'd be making me want to cuss. Yes, Fiona loves Gigi. All right, you're going to be doing tarot and talking a bit of promo on your Reiki. Yeah, if anybody is interested in, I don't know if I'm saying it right, Reiki, is that right? If you're interested in that, Teresa is actually certified. So she has like the certificates that you get. And she's already received them and everything. So she is certified to do like a healing sessions. Every time I hear about Reiki, I think about the reconnective healing. Have you ever heard of that? Everyday Masters, I think is the name of the channel. He does like reconnective healing sessions for people. He has like this little room and people can come in there and he does this, I don't know, he does it through his hands somehow. And he even does them remotely, like how y'all see me on this channel right now. Let's pretend like y'all were all the 9 people in here wanted a session, right? So he does like these little group sessions and you come live with him and he literally will put his hand, like I've seen a couple of the live ones on his channel, but like he does his hands like this and then you'll see the other person, they'll be like laying on the little couch and everyone is affected differently. Like some people, their eyes will start like twitching or like they'll have little muscle spasms in their hands. They'll be like moving and jerking around. Some people don't really move at all, but some people, it's just amazing how it affects everyone different. It's just like some sort of frequency. I don't know. I don't know enough about it to explain it. I just know that it just intrigues me. It just intrigues me because it's almost like a physical manifestation proof that we're all connected, because he doesn't even have to be in the same room as you to do the therapy or the healing or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's amazing. Hey, York. All right, is your stream going to do good Thursday? And then we'll do like an advice thing too. Is your stream going to do good on Thursday? I feel like you're going to be happy with the results. Like, it may make you feel a sense of like power or control in a positive way. You got the Emperor card, the King of Pentacles, Magician, Judgment. Now, the Chariot is reversed with the Three of Pentacles reversed. So this feels like it's not very significant, but I'll give you an example of this energy. Let's say you plan to go live at 2 p.m. Eastern. I'm just making that up, but something could happen that day where you get sidetracked and the live doesn't get to start until 5 p.m. Or you get caught up doing something in your everyday life in terms of responsibilities. Three of Pentacles reversed, Chariot reversed. You randomly realize you need new brake pads and you have to go, you know, get them done. Or your check engine light comes on, so you have to run by the car repair place and let them diagnose your car, and it's a sensor, so you have to get it changed out. So therefore the live is, moved over, or I'm going live at 2 p.m. Well, ain't that some shit? But I don't think, ain't that some shit? The luck of someone who's just winging life, Teresa, because that just popped in my brain. But I don't feel like it's going to affect the live itself. The live itself seems very positive. I feel like you're going to feel like you're back in control in some way, in a healthy way with the Emperor card. The Emperor in the upright is kind of like you gaining back control of your state of being in some way. And it's going to help you feel very grounded with the King of Pentacles. And the Magician is saying like you thrive in the energy of when you go live. I think at the end of the day, it's probably even kind of like with me. Everybody don't go live for the same reason, but like this channel, it helps me to come on here. So like technically it's listed like I'm answering questions to help y'all, right? But at the end of the day, this is therapeutic for me. I learn things about myself by answering questions with y'all. So it's therapeutic for you to do the lives, to go on there. And it's like you're in your element with the Magician card. The only thing is the timing. I feel like something about the timing. 6 of Wands is even reversed. This can be a timing issue. But yeah, Teresa, that this channel, like, it's kind of like transmuting energy, basically, like, how did you decide to get on there and go live? Well, I went through a lot of things in my life, and I wanted to help other people avoid the same pitfalls I had. So if I say one thing to help one person avoid that pitfall, I've actually passed it forward, whatever I learned, the hard way. Hopefully they won't have to learn it quite the same hard way. They can just take my advice and do the thing, right? So now my experience that I had to learn the hard way is being used to help someone else. I don't know, it's therapeutic to me. So I think, there's always going to be people. Good. Just remember there's always going to be those people that when you have a good heart and you're a generous person and you want to help people get a leg up in some way, even if it's a random favor you do for them, or you have a friend at work and they see you'll give them a ride because their car is messed up. Well, some people will allow you to help them in that way and not take advantage of you. But then there's those people that ruin it for everyone, right? But as you start to recognize patterns in people, then your intuition is going to say, hey, this is just like that other person that time, right? So your pattern recognition gets better and better with time. That's how it is with me. And sometimes I'll have a person in my world, like in my daily life, not on here, but in my daily life, that I'm like, why didn't I see that sooner? And then I want to be hard on myself about it. But at the end of the day, I did see it. Spirit did show it to me, right? And sometimes you have to see it play out so you can be, get it put in your face. But you learn pattern recognition. So then the next time someone else with a new face comes in your world and they start to exhibit those same patterns of behavior, you pick up on it faster. So it's a learning process. So instead of being hard, just, be like, okay, I'm grateful that this happened because now this pattern is going to stand out to me when someone else does it. But it all boils down to, if you have a good heart or you're truly a good person, you're going to have good people in your world, but you're always going to have that one or two, on the side that like to take advantage of your energy. Whether that's your time, your attention, your effort, your friendship, anything. So you just have to be okay with it happening, because at the end of the day, that pattern is going to be something you pick up on quicker. Yeah, or 4. And people, they're drawn to light, no matter if they are good people or bad people. Everyone, even physical light, if we see a light come on, we're going to look that way. So when you radiate light, it's going to, like, the little bug zapper things, the light, if you have a porch light on at night and you live in the country, you see all the bugs come up, right? They're drawn to it. The animals and the bugs are drawn to it. The good and the bad, so to speak, right? So it's like when you're radiating light, you get lots of stuff that comes towards you, and it ain't all good stuff. But the better you get at pattern recognition, it's like on point. You're going to recognize that pattern, and you're going to be like, you don't even have to be mean about getting that energy away from you, because you'll be able to cut it off before you get that close to the person, usually, after you recognize the same lesson. Because this is just my opinion or belief. It's like when you learn a certain lesson, the universe is like, okay, you learned that? I'm about to send this person you've never met before. We're going to send Joe Black over here around you, and they're going to do the same thing that you supposedly learned. Now, let's see if you take different action or you react in a different way, right? And then once you truly learn it, I feel like it dissipates, so to speak. It's kind of like you don't have that problem as much. Yeah, people will still try to take advantage of you, but maybe in a different way, because you see it so quickly that it doesn't have time to unfold completely, And I know that you can do that, especially once you've been through it a few times. It's like you automatically pay attention to people's actions. Do they match their words? People in your daily life, when you just figure out if they're hanging around you to get something out of you. It just becomes very obvious. It's like a discernment thing. Hey, Mello. Mello, I don't understand what you mean on your question. And also, you know how you said you hope you do, Teresa? We're all just out here doing our best. Like, none of us really have it together. That's my belief. I'm saying we have some things together better than others. Everybody's different. But as a whole, humanity doesn't have... It's like people like to think that they don't have it together, but this person out here does. Do you know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, we're all just here riding this rock in a meat suit, doing our best, So everybody don't have it together. Like, you're doing better than you think you are. That's all I'm saying. If your intention is to recognize the things that don't need to be in your life, that's not healthy, whether it's patterns, people, places, or situations, and you do your best to have healthy boundaries, and you're trying to be a better version than you were last week or last year, and you're growing through it, and sometimes it gets uncomfortable, and you might get knocked down, and you may, even go through bouts of sadness or depression at times. It's just part of being who we are, but we're doing better than we think we are. I truly believe that if we are trying, if our intentions are coming from a place of trying to grow and evolve, as long as we are even just wanting to know if we're on that path, then that proves that we have, an expanded state of consciousness in some way, if that makes sense. Our consciousness is expanding if we just are inquisitive and curious and want to know if we're going in the right direction. That means we're trying to anyway. And I think that that's all we need to do. Just kind of like compete with ourselves. And don't worry about what other people are accomplishing or how much they've evolved or whatever. Just, are you a better version than you were last year? Have you grown in some way since last year? That's the way I look at it. You are welcome. Thank you, Teresa. You want some oracle cards? You can have them. Okay. Hey, Gemini. Okay, well, if you don't get to come back, I hope you have a good night. All right, let me see what you said, Mello. You still here, Gigi? Did you ask me a question?
Gigi, Rory.
I think of that every time she comes in here, Emmy. Gigi, Rory.
She's copying me there too.
It's repeating consonants. You can, Gemini. What'd you say, Dan? Weren't the cards developed by a Catholic bishop? You know, we was talking about this a long time back in the day when I used to do tarot on the couch. Fiona said, she's copying me. Fiona be getting our Gilmore Girl references, Emmy. Seemed like Alien said that the tarot originated from the church in some way. Because I remember us all having this conversation like 3 or 4 years ago. All right, Gemini says, will I start attending college within the next year? And Mello, I'm going to try to do your question. I just don't know if I understanded it, but I'm going to read it in just a second. Understanded it. Understood it? Is that the right word? Sometimes I just have brain fog or something. I don't know. Knight of Cups, Nine of Pentacles reversed, and the Ace of Pentacles reversed. There's some sort of challenge around having enough time or money. So what I would tell you is, do you want to attend college within the next year? Well, start to do things to take steps in that direction, whether it comes to filling out your financial aid stuff online, researching if there's any state, because the financial aid, the federal stuff is a federal level, the FAFSA stuff. And then is there any state grants that you can get for college? Maybe check out, do your application for whatever school you're wanting to go to, and check out what the advisor may have to say about things you can apply for with that. Okay, so that's the issue. Nine of Pentacles reversed. I feel like you can make it happen. The Knight of Cups came out. So get you a game plan. Get you a journal. And I'm a journal whore, so I always say journal. But get a journal and assign it My College Journey. This is my college journal. I'm going to randomly have ideas and I'm going to act on them. I'm going to, pay the fee, $25 or whatever it is, and fill out my application to the school. And then I'm going to call the admissions office and ask, can I speak with an advisor or something there? Tell them my situation and see if there's any grants I can apply for. The financial aid, like I said, a lot of people get some sort of financial aid if they just apply for it. It's not related to your grades, it's based on financial needs. So I feel like, and it takes a little time for all that stuff to go through and get approved. But whatever school you have an idea about going to, even if you start out with a community college to start with, go ahead and at least do the application. That's the first logical step. And then talk with someone that works there and kind of tell them your situation. And if you can turn that around by being consistent with it and doing whatever it is they recommend, I feel like you can make it happen. Ace of Pentacles reversed. You might feel like you're going in 100 different directions, but yes, you can make it happen. It's just going to take you getting really realistic with it and focus on what you can control in the moment. You can do it, Gemini. Gonna have to talk to someone up there. Thank you, Dan. You are welcome, Gemini. That's making me curious now. The original tarot cards, they came from a bishop, a Catholic bishop. So that means they might have used it for like a tool in the church. I swear I feel like I'm having deja vu, like we had this conversation late one night when Aliens was in the chat. All right, you do that, Gemini. You can do it. I got my son in there. He's 19. We did have to go through paperwork and all that stuff because we needed the financial part. But we made it work. He's currently on his second term. So I know that there's a way. Yeah, regular playing cards. I think Mark was saying like the hearts in the playing cards is cups. And then spades is swords. Clubs is one of them. Diamonds is pentacles, so, right? And then clubs would be what? Wands? I don't know, it's something like that. I do have some playing cards, and I have this little bitty deck also. It's really little. But I never use it because I have to think too much to use anything that's different than what I'm used to. Tarot cards have a lot of biblical images if you look at them closely. That's so interesting to me. And some people, in general, like especially the ones that find themselves coming in this room sometimes like randomly, that's why I had to turn on subscribers only mode, they're convinced that it's like of the devil. And honestly, back a long time ago before I knew anything about them, that's what I assumed. I guess you just don't know nothing about it, then you automatically think it's terrible. I wonder what the Joker is. Like, whenever you're reading, I wonder if that's like the Emperor or the Empress or something. Because I'm pretty sure there's like 2 Jokers in a deck. Or they might not use the Joker. I don't know. But yeah. My favorite, hands down, is the Rider-Waite that I learned on. Probably because I don't like change and stuff. And this is my favorite deck, and I've lost 1 card in the deck. So if y'all notice I haven't been using it lately, it's because there's only 77 in here. Unless I miscounted, but I'm pretty sure. Because I like to count my cards from time to time just to make double sure that there's like, you know, nothing missing. The only thing I could do is like use this random cover deck and assign it a meaning, but that wouldn't really be the deck, so I don't know. That's so true, Dan. I guess I could see which one it is that's missing and assign this one that card until I figure out where this missing one is. Thank you, Gemini. All right, Gigi, I'm going to check in just a minute, baby. I'm counting these one more time because I really don't want one to be missing, but I'm pretty sure it is. This is like the one I use the most. I've done broke it in good and everything. Yep, it's got 77 dang cards. Oh, fucking damn it. And I could keep it simple and just reorder that deck, but it's not going to be broke in, you know. All right, Gemini, no, Gigi. Does my ex, H, and R watch my recent Insta stories? If that's possible for them to do, like if you don't have them blocked, or if there's a way because the 7 of Cups is here, and that's multiple options, and you're asking about 2 different people here. So I think, yes, if it's possible for them to do it, which it is, they can always make a way. So I'm sticking with yes. I think yes. At least sometimes. Thank you, Dan. You happen to be the bouncer tonight. Lord have mercy. All right, Fiona said the tarot cards have a rich history that predates the Catholic Church. Wow. The oldest known deck, the Visconti Sforza deck, was created in Italy in the late 1400s and was originally used as a card game among the aristocracy. So like the rich people. Like the rich people used it as a, I wonder if like, even though they called it a card game, if they were using it like we use it now. Like to ask the deck questions and stuff. Oh, there you are, Miss Bikini. Oh, you had a long day at work, huh? I was asking them about you earlier. They said they saw you in Mark's live, so I wasn't worried. You done had you a long work day. Dang, you just got off work? Yeah, I don't blame you, Miss Bikini. Sometimes you have to have it quiet, like that really quiet. That's how it is. Because I think me and you have a lot of the same qualities of our work responsibilities, so I completely relate to that. Like today, I was saying that I knew Mark was live, but there was no way I could listen in because I had so much going on. And it's like you need that still, peaceful quiet because you got to lock in. When I'm doing stuff that I'm like normally doing all the time so much I don't really have to think, then I can listen in and stuff. But if I'm having to really concentrate, I can't. Oh, that sounds like an energy sucking task. I'll put it that way. A soul sucking Monday. Y'all, that's, they saying that the tarot was a game, right? But honestly, it could have been used the same way we use it now, like to ask the deck questions, but like the aristocracy, I hope I'm saying that word right, kept it like on the hush hush or the down low. Once they saw that it had like some validity to it, they would use it. Because, you know, like even these days, some of the powerful people have like a really good astrologer on speed dial. So it's kind of like the same vibe, you know? Like they didn't really share it with everyone because they felt like it had like some truth or usefulness to it as a tool to use. So they just called it like a game, but they're really actually, they were way more advanced than everyone else in terms of using it for like what we use it for today. And eventually it just leaked out over the generations. It's just a random theory. It could be wrong, but like the truth of what they're using it for leaked out. I don't know. That's pretty cool though. I was testing, I hate testing the software every year for the premiums, and you have to go look and hunt for the premiums, and it's not easy because you have to do the math because everybody's a different age. Oh, that sounds like it's miserable. So it's something you have to do every year. Well, I'll tell you the thing that I don't like about my job is when it's time for the taxes and I have to turn everything in to the CPA. Ugh. It's no fun. I want to say, oh fucking damn it. Oh fucking damn it. The rest of the year is like, I don't mind. But that time of year, I always rethink my life decisions and my career choices. I'm like, what was I thinking? And it feels like this huge weight on you until you get it turned in and everything is like done. And then you feel like free as a bird the day that is finally completed and finalized. I talk to myself at my job all the time at my desk. I'll be like saying their name out loud or their rate for their bill plus tax out loud or whatever. Some people think that like just because you work at a desk that it's easy, and I do agree that it is easy physically, like you get to be in an air conditioner or heater and you don't have to deal with the elements, but it's still draining. It's just a different kind of tired. Like when you have a really mentally exhausting day and your brain's been working overtime, it can be rough. Oh no, cards. Well, I'm glad you got to lurk with us anyway. We don't mind if you just lurk and don't talk. If you're having a rough time, you can just listen to us blab. The closest thing that I've ever had to that, like pain, I don't know if I actually have that issue, but when I had my second child, the epidural didn't take correctly. And even to this day, every now and then, I'll have this like pain. It's like shoots down my leg, the back side of my leg, but it's not constant. So I can only imagine if you've had constant pain with it, that's probably pretty rough. Yep. We sending you all the healing vibes because I know sitting there enduring it can't be fun. Anytime you're in constant pain from something physically, you can't even really think good thoughts. All you can focus on is it's right there in the back of your mind constantly. I wish I could share some vegetable soup with you, Miss Bikini. We have it left over from yesterday. If you live beside me, I'll just come bring you a bowl. You had a girl dinner. Just drink you some milk. Hey, Emmy, you need me to call anything out at all? Okay. What do you do with the tennis ball, Dan? I'm just curious. It must be like a pinched nerve or something. I wonder if a heating pad would help. It just sounds like something that makes it where you can't sleep. One thing, it's not really painful that I have, but it's very annoying, is I call it jumpy legs. When I get jumpy legs, oh my gosh. It's like you're tired physically, but your legs want to jump in the bed. So then you can't go to sleep because your legs are driving you crazy, but you're sleepy. Lay on the floor, put the ball under the pressure point on your back. Slowly roll and try and relieve the pressure. You should try that, cards. It's worth a shot. Also, I wonder, I've seen those massagers that you can plug in and they have like the little balls. There'll be like 4 balls on it. I wonder if you could get one of them and then you could just put it back there wherever it's at and see if it would work. I hope that works. I hope the tennis ball trick does it. Your bag of goodies, Emmy. Also, physical therapy where you cross your legs over. I'm definitely not good with pain. I know nobody is good with pain, but I'm just saying, like, I don't have a good threshold when it comes to pain. Now, Emily's physical therapy, her strength has improved in her grip, they said today. So I guess it is working. Ooh, that just sounds painful. Sometimes it'll pop and relieve the pain. I wonder what made you have that so young, Dan. You said since you were 17. Y'all literally said it at the same time, but you play one on TV. That's hilarious. That's so funny. Great minds think alike. That sounds like my son, Dan. He's like, I don't know, 6'2". but he's like 190 something pounds. But he's like way taller than me, even. And I'm tall for a woman, but he's taller. He's got me beat. That's right. Y'all's great minds are thinking alike, cards. You was walking 35 miles a week to the school bus and sports. Holy macaroni. I wouldn't do 35 miles a month. I'd be doing good to get 35 miles in a month. That's 5 miles a day. On top of the sports. I'd be doing good just to get the walk done, not much less add the sports in there. Oh, 5 miles a day. And if you were only doing it on the weekdays, that's 7 miles a day. 3.5 miles one way. That's an hour of walking one way. 7 miles a day. Shit. You must have loved the sports, is all I can say. Emily's finally done with football season, so we was talking about she might join track, but she said that's in the spring. So she's got her a break now. I was hoping maybe her arm would heal while she's on break from doing anything in band. Took about an hour and 15 minutes one way. I bet you slept good at night. Walking that far and then doing football practice and walking back. Yeah, I bet you got some good sleep. You needed to find you a good buddy with a car that would give you a quick ride. It wouldn't have took them but 5 minutes out the way, you know. And it would have gave you a lot more free time. Yeah, I saw the other day. When I say the other day, it might have been a month or two ago, but something about the football players having to practice before school. I don't know if they were having like a competition or like they had an important game coming up or whatever, but I was just like, dang, that's rough. They already make them practice, you know, in the evenings, but y'all gonna make them poor kids practice before they go to school? They have to love it. That's all I can say, because it looks miserable. When I watch the football game, the high school games, I'm like, dang, they get beat up constantly. Yes, I'd have been too chicken to play football if I'd have been required to walk in the dark. I've always been a chicken. Even to this day, I don't like the dark. Like outside in the dark by myself, I'm like a little kid still. Like if I leave my box of aloe water in the car and I run out, I'll like get my son to watch me go to the car in my yard. Y'all would sneak in without an adult to do it. That's just natural kids. I think they can't help themselves. They have to push the limits. I think it's just human nature. I saw this little short the other day. It was so cute, this little boy. His daddy said, "How fast was you running?" He said, 45 pounds. He was so cute. Kids say the funniest stuff, though. And then this other one, he was whispering. He went in there to his mama. He said, "You want Taco Bell?" And his mama's like thinking, where did he get that from? And his dad had put him up to it. She said, "If you gonna go get it." So then he run off. I reckon he went back to tell his daddy, "Well, you got to go get it if we get Taco Bell." "You want Taco Bell?" Them girls motivated you, Dan. That's what it was. That makes sense now. Yeah, that's true, Fiona. It gives them a motivation to like, well, in their mind, they're like, well, I got to pass if I want to play or do whatever it is I'm doing. And if they love it enough, that does give them some motivation. That's very true. I just know that like when they have a lot of homework and then they're like in whatever season it is, like football season, them kids are like equivalent to working 2 jobs because they have to go to school all day, then they have to do their practice, then they have to do their homework. It takes like some dedication. I feel like it really teaches them dedication and perseverance. Yeah, you probably had to have a C at least in everything, so you couldn't, or you couldn't play. And I bet they would put you on the bench if you went under that. Poor fellas. Y'all, I think I'm going to get out of here because it's 9:30 and Emmy goes to bed around 10. So that way I can hang out with her for a minute because she's done with all her homework. Thank y'all for listening to me blab. We almost made it 2 hours. I kind of like it whenever my regular ones come in here and y'all talk to me. I hope y'all have a good rest of y'all's night and a good Tuesday. And I'm so glad you got to come in, Miss Bikini. Just remember, don't be hard on yourself about the milk. Just call it girl dinner and keep it pushing. And then maybe like if you get up in the middle of the night and you get hungry, you can grab a snack. Uh-oh, Fiona. Fiona be finding the tea out across the board, whether it's in Marley's tarot room or if it's online. Fiona's the kind of girl that wants magazines to come back. You hear me? I love it. Okay, I love y'all. And I'll see y'all tomorrow. Okay. Love you. Bye.